Hey everybody, thanks for joining me outside in the perimeter garden. On today's video we're going to be planting sweet meat winter squash. We've got about a 12-foot section of the garden area here, and these require a 3-foot spacing. Now right here I have a couple cauliflower plants I'm going to continue to let mature. They have a small cauliflower head in there. I'm going to see what happens with those. So I'm going to go ahead and start planting right kind of butted up against this cauliflower, because by the time this plant comes up and needs that space, the cauliflower should be done and these plants won't be an issue. These seeds require a 3-foot spacing. The plants are really going to sprawl out everywhere. It says this variety is known for producing an abundant crop, and it's powdery mildew resistant. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, what exactly we can get from this. These seeds were from MiGardner. I definitely suggest that you check them out. And let's just get right down to it. On the seed packet it says you want to, it actually doesn't say the depth of the seed, but I've planted many winter squashes before and I like to put them about a 1/2 inch down. I've already prepared the soil in this. I've already hoed it, raked all the clods up. I've already hoed it and raked all the clods up. So now all that's left is to make the spot in the ground, put my seeds down, cover them up, and use a little stick to mark the seed location. And we'll continue on down the road just like that. Squash seeds are generally pretty easy to grow and don't require, like my seed germination frame, or how I did in my watermelon video, I covered them with a little galvanized bucket to ensure the germination. That's different for squash. They generally are pretty good at germinating. So I've come down about 30 inches or so, dropping 2 seeds, tamping them down, making sure there's good seed soil contact, putting a stick so I know where to water. On down the line we go. Now, something to keep in mind when you're doing this is I'm putting 2 seeds per hole because I don't want to have any skips in the row. Basically, I don't want any of the locations to have no plants, but I'm going to have to come back through and thin these, because if I left both of these plants, say I planted 2 seeds per hole and both of them germinate, those seeds are those 2 plants, they're gonna compete too much against each other, and neither of them are gonna live up to their expectations. So it'll be really key after a week or so, when these seeds have germinated, the plants are looking decent, and I can kind of tell which one has a better shot at producing, the best plant in the future. It'll be really important that I come back through and just cut the other plant off at ground level so that they don't compete against each other. One of the biggest failures when direct seeding is overseeding and not thinning. So you just really have to be conscientious of that. I like to plant more seed than I need by a little bit and then come back through and thin later. So we've planted 1, 2, 3, 4 hills. I'm going to go ahead and plant the 5th. And I say hill, the soil's flat. I haven't hilled it up. Just kind of what it's called. Mark this last one here. Alright, so I still have half a seed packet left, and if by chance any of these don't come up, I can come back through in 5 or 6 days and reseed, but I don't foresee that being a problem. Get that spot good and wet. Last year I planted my winter squash a little later in the year. I didn't get them planted till mid-June. This year it's mid-April or mid-May, so you still have plenty of time. I'm in zone 6B. you still have plenty of time to get your winter squash planted. Winter squash are going to store really well for you. I still have some kabocha and butternut in the basement that I grew last year and harvested in September. These are supposed to be a really good storage variety of squash. I can't wait to see what their flavor profile is like. I've never grown them or had them before, but it seemed like a really unique variety, and I'm all about trying new things in the garden. So from my garden to yours, thanks for joining me. Be sure to like this video, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Have a great day.